Welcome to me. I'm here, and this week I'm bringing you 7 pieces of advice in 7 days. Stay tuned to the end for a little behind the scenes chat. Enjoy. Day 1, advice for your life. I've heard this one put many ways, but the best way I've heard it is go to sleep in the same day in which you woke up. Now let me explain this to you the best I can explain from looking it up, what I looked up. Now feel free to look up more details if you want. But since the beginning of the time, the world has been doing this. We've been going from night to day to night to day to, it's just been doing that over and over. And your body knows that. You have something called a circadian rhythm. And the circadian rhythm, it follows that same pattern. Here's midnight. Basically, science says the deepest sleep you get comes 90 minutes to 2 hours before midnight. So make sure you go to sleep in the day in which you woke up. Thank you. Welcome to me, day 2. I got advice for you. I'm sitting down on my couch because it's the end of the day. I'm tired and I'm ready to eat food and watch TV. Okay? But I realized I hadn't given you your advice yet. So let me give you a quick one right here. You've always been told that advice. No, not advice. You've always been told that actions speak louder than words. I'm here to tell you I learned today from Matthew Hussey that that's mostly the case. But Matthew says when the words are inconvenient to say, you need to trust the words over the actions. And I'm going to give you a great example to point this out. Now imagine you're dating a guy, right? And this guy is great. He calls you all the time. Y'all go on dates. He take you shopping, buy you nice gifts. Y'all take vacations together. You spend the night at his house 4 or 5 times a week. And he ain't talking to nobody else. See, his actions is acting like he want to be your boyfriend or your girlfriend. His actions is speaking like maybe he want to build a future with you. Right? But his words say this. I'm really focused on my career right now. I'm not looking for anything serious. I'm never leaving my wife. I don't believe in marriage in a traditional sense. I just got out of a long-term relationship. I'm not looking to start anything serious. See, in those instances, you need to trust the words over the actions. And I just think that's a great thing to think about. Take that with you and think about that. Ponder on that. It makes a lot of sense to me. I love y'all. See you tomorrow. Day 3. This advice will not apply to everybody. This is just people with iPhones. If you have an iPhone, please get your Memoji up and running. Please set that up and get it up and running. I'm tired of scrolling through my contacts, and some of y'all got Memoji, some of y'all got your regular face. Nobody want to look at your regular face in 2021. We want to see the Memoji. Please get your Memoji up and running. Thank you. Have a good day. Day 4. I want to give you more. Hopefully y'all can hear me, but I want to give today's advice anyway. In the Panera Bread, doing it big, is to stop and think again. So much, in fact, almost everything we do is an automatic response, right, to things we have come across, things we've learned, things we were taught, right? Our experiences in the world have a lot of times created these automatic feedback loops that when we see one thing, we think this. When we hear a certain thing, we feel a certain way, right? I'm asking you to stop and think again. Take some time to consider that maybe you're doing it wrong. Are you getting the outcome you want? But said behavior, maybe it's time to change it. Stop and think again, right? I'll tell you what inspired this advice. I was having a conversation with a person, and I won't give you the exact conversation because that'll be too much, but I can kind of give you a mirror version. So let's just say we were talking about bisexuals. And basically, this person was saying a bisexual is a person who's sexually attracted to men and women and therefore cannot hold down a monogamous relationship with either one. And I just thought, like, where did you get that from? And the person was like, well, because they attracted to both men and women. And I'm thinking, like, okay, so isn't it possible that a straight man is married to a beautiful woman, yet sexually attracted to another beautiful woman, and still stays monogamous to the woman he's with? Right? Where did you get this idea that a person who's bisexual has to be dating 2 people? I'm sorry you think that, but that's not correct. Maybe for some of them it is, but not certainly not for all of them, right? So what I'm asking is that you just stop and say, wait a minute. Does this actually make sense, what I'm saying? What I'm thinking, what I'm feeling? Stop and think again. Hello, can you see me? Day 5. I think this is day 5 of advice. I think. I'm really trying not to do these advices while I drive, y'all. But sometimes the inspiration hit me while I'm driving. You understand? I got in my car this morning to go to work. NPR was playing when I got in my car. And they were talking about, of course, it was in the middle of a story. So I think the city was Minneapolis. And they were talking about getting rid of their police department. Now you're asking, what does this have to do with advice? I'm going to get there. You're going to see. So, of course, you listen to both sides of the story. And what a lot of people, especially older people, were saying is like, this new thing you want to bring in, we don't know that that's going to work. And now we get to our advice. Because the advice is to remember that the future is uncertain for everybody on this rock, flying through the sky at tremendous speed that somehow we do not fall off of, okay? So what you need to be asking yourself is, what I'm doing right now working, right? Being afraid of change is not the fix. It's not the answer. When we talk about moving our country to more of a socialist, democratic socialist agenda instead of this capitalism, it's scary. I think that is a very scary thing. But I can see that capitalism does not work. So I cannot personally stick with something that don't work because I'm scared of changing it in the future in case the future don't work as well. So the advice is, remember that the future is uncertain for everybody on this rock. You have to look at your situation and ask yourself if this is working. And if it's not working, I honestly think you don't have any choice but to do something different. That's day 5. I'm keeping it alive. Let's go. Y'all have a great day. Thank you. Day 6, I'm about to give you this beep to make your life better. Use your imagination there. We're rhyme with 6. Word I can't say. Start with the S, end with the T. Okay, anyway, listen. People who know me know I love a good quote, and I love a simple quote. They get straight to the point. You don't even have to think that much about it. So today's advice comes to you in form of a quote. Ready? Get a pen. Write this down. He said, if nothing changes, then nothing is going to change. I had to close the book. I said, come on, come through. If nothing changes, then nothing is going to change. Every area in your life that you have been trying to change and you have been unsuccessful, yep, that one right there. Day 7, advice for your life so you can grow out into the world and prosper. Today, I want to talk about self-control. I read that it's early in the morning, okay? I set it to 4 a.m. and then got up early. My head hurt, but I'm going to get through this for you because I love you and you deserve this. Day 7 advice. I read that it is easier to resist. No. Here it is. This is it. People who are great at self-control learn to avoid temptation to start with. That's still not it. I just looked at my notes. People with high self-control tend to spend less time in tempting situations. It is easier to avoid temptation than it is to resist it. It is easier to avoid temptation than it is to resist it. It is easier to avoid temptation than it is to resist it. They actually said, I continue to read, they said if you study people who are great at self-control, what you realize is that they're actually good at avoiding temptation. They set their life up in a way so they get to the result that they want and not the one that they don't want, right? Let's talk about smokers. People who are successful quitting smoke, most of the time learn to avoid behaviors that make them want to smoke, right? They learn to avoid triggers that make them want to smoke. They learn to avoid people, environments, right? Look at Alcoholics Anonymous. Those people don't just stop drinking. They change their whole life around, right? Because they realize that the self-control part of it is actually very hard, right? Even the Bible say, now that I'm thinking about it, the Bible says if your left hand has caused you to sin, cut it off. Ain't that what it says? I got some Christians who watch this channel, so I think I got that right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the Bible say that. That's my advice for today. What you should actually focus on, instead of just saying, I'm going to stop doing this thing and I'm going to have self-control, that you should actually focus on avoiding temptation. And the way you do that is to you build your life for the success that you want. If you want to read more and watch TV less, maybe take your TV off the TV stand and put books on it. I want to thank you for watching the video completely to the end. So as I promised, I was going to start bringing you real content again with real information. And as I was sitting thinking, how do I get back into the groove? I thought, why don't I reach back to what I was originally doing in the first place? When I first started this channel, I was recording videos in the moment. In the moment when something impacted me, in the moment when something hit me, and I was sharing it with you guys. So I thought kind of every day, whatever kind of thought I had, whatever kind of thing I may have come across, I was gonna share it with you. And I feel like we honestly got mixed results from that. My biggest issue personally was, now that I have been doing this for a while, that run and gun style just does not work. I would have liked to have time to actually write that advice, script it, make it tighter, make sure I made sense, make sure I said everything I wanted to say. As I was editing, I realized a lot of times I don't feel like I really closed in completely on the point. Nonetheless, it was an exciting experience to get my creative, mojo moving again. So I'm very happy that I did it. I'm very proud that I actually completed it. I'm working on a video right now about self-development and what it actually is. And then I have 2 videos coming up after that about habits. So stay tuned. I told you the videos are coming and I'm ready to start doing this thing with y'all again. I love y'all. Take care. Live life, live now with passion and purpose. Remember, your worth is undeniable. I'm gonna take a shower and shave, which is what I typically like to do before I shoot a YouTube video. But we was just doing it different this week. I love y'all. Bye-bye.